I see you come to our world today. You're unaware of what we'll do or say. You come mouse-like, not knowing what you'll find. Hoping we won't play rough and start twisting your mind. We offer you a million ways to undo yourself. Quick work, fantastic words, right, ending stealth. Measure your constitution, water it down, keep it wet. Your standing has been evaluated, your destiny is set. We'll hurl your imagination to worlds so far. Out of 1,000 numbers, you pick your number 9. Which is your mind, that blue stuff in your head? Try this. This is Lemon's Play. You're a newborn, so much for us to reveal. The bread is real, how can nurture heal. So sit and relax, find your place in the cove. In a second I'll light up our magical stove. Gemmed forests, lonely, crazy, beautiful, blue and wonderful.
I'm almost there.
I've seen so many of those birds, you just knock me out.
Blue feathered and lovely.
Four-leaf clovers are all over, baby.
Feeling nice, nice.
You can find me in the valley chasing bunnies,
Makes love, rubbing tum-tums.
telling jokes, making funnies.
Looking at women, eating tum-tums.
Then all the animal people will come knocking on my door.
Including Mr.
Ask me to tell them more.
You know, we feel good in the outer world. What about our simple world?
The inner world is simple. You know, you are so beautiful. Polka dots are in the sky. I wonder why.
So many stars.
We're getting some kind of old dance routine going on here. Do you feel good in your patterns? tree that stands before me is a gateway to space. 1,000 leaves cover my mind. My heart is the key. I step into different worlds, new and born again, shadowed by life.
My journey to town began without a sound, jumping on mute waterfalls which led me down. The winds of music came in a soothing rush. I asked them questions, but I was told to hush. They said, "We are of the water, brilliant blue. If you desire, you may join us too." I ran fast to another land and bumped right into Ice Cream Man. He cried that he'd be melting soon. I cried too, so I built him a cocoon. Here, live in this world, my friend. Live here, 'cause I'd hate to see you end. Bidding him farewell, I started upon my journey again. The sky sunk and the clouds began to descend. Slowly, as I entered the 92nd mile, a glass tree welcomed me with a smile. I told him I've been through hills of wonder and rivers of pain. I've seen all their splendor, and since I've never been the same. He told me he was a human once, and he missed making love. Living in wide valleys and flying on doves. To dispel his curse, I placed a magic orb in his trunk. The ground shook and into the earth he sunk. Unbelievable, I didn't know the orb was evil. I made it just in time to catch the last bus. The ride was a year long, so I had to adjust. There were no seats, just carpets laid on the floor. It was smoky and dark as I walked through the door. All eyes upon me in curiosity, I found my space with quick speed velocity. I was sitting near a couple with ruby eyes. They told me of their people and their sad demise. I shrugged and sighed and once again began to cry. As the months passed, they promised to never die. The year flew fast and my stop had come. By this time they had a baby, a ruby-eyed son. In saying goodbye, I offered them my soul. They said, "Keep it, strengthen it, make me whole." I got to town, but what did I have to do? I asked myself 1,000 times, but I didn't have a clue.
cautious, so cunning, yet precocious. In his path, you step aside, look away, or run and hide. He takes what he needs, some females that means, with cries in the night. The young virgin bleeds. A quiet hunter he stalks the plain, fiery gold with his flaming mane. Smells out the old, the young and weak. Survival failures, the ones he seeks.
I remember the day I discovered brilliance. The park pounded with combas. It was an obscure city. I was a summer child, seeking knowledge. How brilliant is brilliance when seen through the windows of the spirit? A sparkling sound which twinkles. I wonder if you can hear it.
give you this which makes you smile. Eat it. It's worthwhile. You'll begin to see me in wavelengths and textures. Silky souls dipping into waters of pleasure. Brilliance can be a summer spider spraying webs of sunshine, or explosions of truth, all intricate in design. The underbrush of life, the long-lasting fuel. Brilliance shows us the structures of cells and molecules. The spectrum.
The shaking of a utopian spirit, like a hollow fire with traces of sunlight. He screams in the country night.
Give me my life!
No one sees his green-capped words. Finally I can be given peace, kissing those lips, 'cause you no longer have diamond fingertips. I always seem to roam this euphoric world like a minister speechless in front of his congregation. My friend is five-dimensional and bionic, around the world in 2 seconds, also supersonic. The deliverance of dreams with wide wingspan, my hope is to conquer hope and shade it with mud, like the journals of a druid writing in his own blood. The intentions of a wrongdoer, nondescript religions, alive and newer. By the river she picks leaves for my hair. She does it so mildly and without a care. Summer in my soul, rebirth of sensation. Talk to me when you climb trees bigger than creation. The inheritance of flight, I really miss the inner worlds. My longing is desperate, shallow like a pool of pearls. My taking is subtle and bold. Solitude in big lands with treasures untold. And milkwood landscapes. I guess my soul is sold. The clerics in the tavern never drink, they say with drooling mouths. It brings hate. Do you feel tremors as you think? I'll open the cage if you'll fly through the gate. A long time ago, secret noises invaded country vitality and vanished with dark soil of reality. I wish they filled me in a little more, but I got all I could and left through the door. She's got nectar inside her. Heavens do. The fireplace of my heart reaches you. Dazzle me with words. Make them boom. The smell of grapes in her sex room. I can envision you greater than you are.
You can be a superstar.
Made of flowers, your falls are cradled in rainfall showers. A rope falls from the sky, reaching up high. Climb to see where it leads. Give it a try. What I want from you is something you can't give me, so I won't even ask. Said the hungover elephant to the albino silkworm sitting in the grass. That's why I took the journey to town, to talk to the albino silkworm. In conclusion, have you ever been lost in the countryside where the trees were dreamy and the air seemed steamy? Flowers chuckling at squirrel acorn smuggling and cute animals in corners snuggling. Then like a tidal wave, it splashed a billion hopping bunnies.
Home is where I hang my hat. Inside flesh is where I'm at. My original home is still unknown. On I travel all alone. Constant journey, brand new search. This time on planet Earth. We've met before and we'll meet again. Every time, a brand new friend. Come as far, sweet mankind. We must go further in our mind. How I perceive is all I believe. Standard laws I wish to leave. Climb the ladder, smooth will pattern. Weave the best with your gray matter. Life is short, so look around. Turn over rocks, see what is found.
Can the wind whisk my mind away? Offered sanctuary in deep dark caves, far away from the tremors of society, from the ungrateful decadent Western ways. Can a pit of fire erode the desire? Release all tension in mangled up ways. Make what stood strong be simply gone. Slip back into more natural ways. There's a light on the horizon. Beckoning, teasing, quirking my reality. Very quick I'm realizing dreams are there. Can the sea fill up my wounded heart with its rumbling God presence quench the fire? Descend to depths of bliss and freedom. Lend more balance to walk the wire. Can the trees soothe my aching soul? Caress and whisper to ease the pain. Feed me ample wisdom, euphoria. As they linger and branch above my brain. There's a storm slowly brewing. Creeping, stirring, deadening the air. Through the song I'm humming. My dreams are there. Sitting by lakeside, perched on a rock, softly and gently ticks nature's clock. Sitting by lakeside, rainfall at dawn, a mother deer cautious of her baby fawn. Sitting by lakeside, I ponder upon old times, a life of the unusual kind. Sitting by lakeside, emotions scatter and hide like timid squirrels in mahogany pride. Sitting by lakeside, wetlands merge with sounds, valley dwellers disappearing into little mounds. Sitting by lakeside, gazing into makeshift waters, stumbling upon nirvana, crossing its borders. Sitting by lakeside, my mind expands beige-wise, lavender thoughts and emerald green eyes. Sitting by lakeside views from below and beyond, the lakeside twists into a lakeside pond. Sitting by lakeside, a multicolored ride, I can hop, fly, and glide, but only inside. Sitting by lakeside the same year peace died, I'm a landscape believer with my mind tied. Sitting by lakeside, soaking up rays of wishing, green foliage women I'll soon be kissing. Sitting by lakeside, the memory snake is hissing, and when we go back home, it'll be the lakeside I'm missing. I'm talking about the ecology in your feelings. Robust ravens which bring healing, of Capitol Wood discoveries, and mile-high weeping willow trees. Last but not least, the nymphs and the fairies, sitting by lakeside deep and way down inside. With all my friends nearby, I salute the timbers and sigh. The day is gone, we'll go inside, ushering in twilight, now sitting by fireside. Last Wednesday I took a peek into my soul. I saw fluttering lights dancing out of control. Then I imagined myself immersed in this substance, growing wings through liquid, sprinkled with incense. The duality of structure and life. This is my only strife. As wisdom steps close, I see Wednesday's ghost. Does depression swim away like a fish finally free? I know somewhere there are waterfalls and rivers within me. As I climb through time and begin to feel aware, every human matters and every human should care. sleeping, I wake to soft, glistening raindrops. The sky is weeping. So this is life, simple and rejuvenating. The worries of tomorrow are constantly fading. The duality of structured life. This is my only strength. As wisdom steps close, I see Wednesday's ghost.
We are the willing, drugging and pilling, sick and tired of the senseless killing. We are the flowing, completely unknowing whether or not we are coming or going. Another generation lost in space, looking for a place in the human race. Reassembled fragments here and there show us a life that's too hard to bear. We're on the outside looking in. Death poetry will now begin.
Dr. Capel. Chris Gordo, 6319. Chris Gordo, 6319. Dr. Capel, call the operator.